What led you to build in this insurance space?
Building a venture into insurance was not a first thought. While building out a venture was that thought.
Why has insurance penetration remained so low?
So I would say the country base is firstly 140 crores. So 50 crores Indians are covered, which is more than the size of almost 70-80% of Europe.
Who's a business leader or an entrepreneur you admire?
Steve Jobs. So what I loved about Steve Jobs is his today when we see any of the Apple products, the kind of design simplicity they have.
What's your playbook for scaling such a B2B insurance business?
So playbook is simple.
Is technical background truly necessary to build a billion-dollar company?
At end of the day, you need to know how to manage people. You could say surrounding folks in a right articulate manner, and you need to know how to drive business.
Today on the show, we've got Anuj Shah, co-founder of BharatSure, a 100 crore insuretech startup that's changing how India thinks about insurance. From being a CA to going to IIM Bangalore to building in insuretech, Anuj's journey is packed with bold moves and bigger lessons. We talk about scaling in a boring industry, cracking product market fit, and why 90 crore Indians still don't have health cover. If you care about startups, money, or building for Bharat, this one's for you. Let's dive in. Hi Anuj, welcome to Level Up Season 3. It's a pleasure to have you here. I think we've been in touch since Season 2 and unfortunately it did not work out that time. But I'm super glad to host you here. I know you said that this is a very boring business to cover, but we are excited to cover. The entire team is excited to know more about insurance and insurtech in India. And I'm sure viewers would also like to understand more about insurance and insurtech, the industry of insurance in India, right? So let's get started.
Yeah. Firstly, thank you for inviting me to this. Always a pleasure to be a part of such forums where you are educating masses on how businesses are built, how legacies are founded, created. I myself have viewed some of the episodes and love the way you cover these topics.
Thank you.
So yeah, wishing you the best and maybe for the good that we've parked this for season 3 and let's get started.
Of course. All right. So Anuj, you've gone from being a CA to going to IIM Bangalore to being in a consulting job and now co-founding BharatSure, right? Which is now an 100 crore approximate company, right? What led you to build in this insurance space?
So, if you ask me honestly, building a venture into insurance was not a first thought. While building out a venture was that thought. So when I graduated out of my undergrad at NM Mumbai, I always used to joke around with friends that at some stage I would not want to work in any company into the traditional job role. I would want to set out on my own and create you could say jobs for folks and contribute to nation building. So that was always the aspiration, and that led me to pursue my next step into say MBA, where I graduated from IIM Bangalore. The idea was that from a CA, you could say domain, getting access to the business world. At that point in time, it was not possible, but now it's very much possible. Right. So that was the reason for me to get into MBA as well, and then had few years of exposure around for 4 years, working into two setups where I got direct exposure to the business side of things, while CA core knowledge remained the strength. So building onto it and getting the business exposure right, I then got the thought that now is the time that I want to set up and start something on my own. And I would say at times we hota hai, right? Like it's destiny. Like you don't know what's your calling until you actually encounter it. So similar something happened with us. I was you could say researching on healthcare as a domain and suddenly stumbled upon the topic of insurance. And वो सीए वाला कीड़ा जाग गया कि यार मैथ्स है, नंबर्स है, लॉजिक है, गैप है, तो इसमें कुछ क्यों ना किया जाए. तो started speaking to folks and then realized कि this is a classic white space to tap in. And that's where with no hesitation of whether or not we'll be able to solve for it or not. See, today starting a venture into any domain for that matter, I would say anyone can do it. You just need to have that self-belief. You need to speak to the right folks. It is not that you need to have experience of the domain. So even with that fresh mindset, I ventured into insurance. And वो जो लोग कहते हैं कि आप इंडस्ट्री से हो तो maybe you will see the problems underneath. But when you are from outside the industry, you will focus on the vision and not worry about the problems. Problems आएगी, वो आप encounter भी
Solve
करोगे.
bigger, हाँ.
But it is not for those problems that you will stop chasing that idea. So maybe that helped. In fact, people in the industry have that baggage which we didn't have. So we viewed everything from first principles thinking, and we thought that we can solve for it. And that was the reason we dove into it, and we started our venture in 21.
Hi everyone, a quick shout out to our amazing sponsors and partners who make this show Level Up possible. First off, No Filter Juice, which is your daily dose of pure, unfiltered goodness with 100% real fruit juice, zero added sugar, no preservatives, and no artificial concentrates. Every sip is packed with authentic flavor and nutrients. Plus, it's served in eco-friendly glass bottles. Good for you and good for the planet, starting at just Rs 159. No Filter is the healthiest way to fuel your day. Click on this link below to purchase your bottle now. Our second sponsor is Titus Footwear. It is a brand built on legacy, quality, and innovation. From sturdy work boots to stylish sandals and cozy slippers, Titus has something for everyone in the family. Especially if you are a child going to school, this is a brand known for its footwear for school children. Affordable, durable, and always in style. Titus lets you walk with confidence starting at just Rs 299. Click on the link below to purchase your shoes now. I would like to thank our growth partner Growth OS and our venue partner Let's Work.
Okay, very interesting story. That is how it led you to get into this space, of insurance. All right. So there are outliers like Steve Jobs, right? But is technical background truly necessary to build a billion-dollar company? What's your take?
So I would say that at end of the day, you need to know how to manage people, and you could say make sure that the vision is conveyed to the you could say surrounding folks in a right articulate manner, and you need to know how to drive business. If you're able to do these three things, I don't think technical knowledge in the current era that we are living in, where everything is accessible at fingertips, everything can be done by the with the help of AI. I don't think that technical knowledge is a must. You can ride on that technical knowledge on to certain functions, and definitely you need a team which can cover all bases. So if I know, say, I have idea of say finance and say management. Say my co-founder should have idea of product and technology, and that's how you can have a
Complementary
beautiful
skill sets.
marriage where at least most of your bases are covered. Maybe some bases may still remain uncovered, say marketing or say supply chain. While we are not into that, for us that doesn't matter as to supply chain, but at least you should have your main bases covered,
Core part.
so that at least you know that nobody can take you for a
Your
ride.
core function should be covered.
Yes. So I feel that beyond that, I don't think that technical knowledge, at least one person knowing everything is not needed. Maybe you can get a co-founder to
good
support
people.
you, or maybe you can get a team who's better than you,
Correct.
and at least instill that vision. So that will solve for it.
Interesting. Who's a business leader or an entrepreneur you admire, and what's the one thing you've learned from them?
So I guess that's a great question, and I always admire different people for different things. So you
Go ahead.
talked about Steve Jobs. So what I loved about Steve Jobs is his design thinking. Even today, when we see any of the Apple products, the kind of design simplicity they have, they are creating that statement. When it comes to say any of the Indian entrepreneurs, I would say that uh, it has a wide variety of choices, but I would definitely admire Zerodha founders for what they have built. They disrupted a traditional broking business with a very different model and approach, and that too bootstrapped. So I guess there's no better thrill than being able to build your empire all by yourself and sticking to that fundamentals of building a profitable, sustainable business even till now, and actually now investing into ventures which are going to drive the next generation of innovation. So for them to having to pull it off, and that too with this level of patience for an industry which was a legacy business, I guess they have nailed it, and for that I would admire them. At the same time, like when I watch Shark Tank, I love the views that Ritesh Agarwal would put across in a very sophisticated manner,
yeah.
humble manner. He's, I guess, the youngest
Shark.
billionaire that we have in the country, and for him to stay humble to the ground means a lot. And I always find like I
Yeah,
am
yeah. Even
able to
I'm a
strike a chord
big
with
fan of
people
him. Yeah.
who are humble and not let the air around them, you could say, bother them. So I would always want to stay around with such people for guidance. And I would always look up to him
Yeah.
if
No,
you
yeah.
ask
Even
me.
I think I have, there was a very interesting thing that he had said about, as I was going through one of his podcasts with someone, and he had mentioned about um, how he did hotel partnerships, and then he put his own brand on the hotel, the model that they follow, right, at Oyo. But how he had started it, I don't remember it properly, but it was a very interesting anecdote, and what gave me an insight into, okay, what is it that I can do as a next step for my business. uh, eh, he's the way he speaks, I think, super humble, as you said. I look up to him a lot. I watch his videos now. I think he's also become like a big content person now, so I watch his videos and stuff like that. But yeah, very, very interesting. So nice take out there. Anuj, tell me something. If you had to start a completely different company in a different, maybe a different sector also altogether today, what would that be?
Interesting. Uh, I would say uh, how people are uh, looking at their, you could say, next generation. Uh, so we have very young couples around us, and the way they treat their children, uh, I believe that it's a very interesting space to look at. Someone also talked about pets because people are shunning away the concept of planning a child. They are adopting pets uh, to, you could say, have that same level of love and affection that they would expect from children, or even more. So I believe that if I were to do something, because I can't relate to pets as much, I would do something into the space of, say, child care, where parents today want to spend for, you could say, raising their children. And not, I'm not talking about edtech, but any product that benefits this segment. So I would love to do something there if I were in a parallel universe, and if this was the time to venture in.
Maybe your second innings could be that later on.
No, I'm committed to insurance. I guess this one, you could say, life is enough for me to contribute to this sector, because I believe that there's a lot more to do. And this is one segment which is very different as compared to all other segments that you see out there. People always talk about patient capital to be invested into this space, but I also believe that there needs to be patient founders leading the insurance business, because you cannot create an impact unless you are there for at least 2 decades. The policy bazaar that we see today, it's like 17, 18 years old, and it has taken them good 2 decades to create that and etch that mark. So I would see something similar for BharatSure in the years to come, where I would stay committed to the business. But yeah, as I said, in a parallel universe, I would have loved to do something.
Maybe become an investor in such.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Uh, Almost 90 crore Indians, they still lack health security. Why has insurance penetration remained so low?
So I would say the country base is firstly 140 crores. So 50 crores Indians are covered, which is more than the size of or the population of, say, uh, almost 70-80% of Europe. So, but yes, we have a vast opportunity ahead of us Why insurance has not penetrated? Because first people have to solve for their you could say basic level needs, food, clothing, shelter. Then comes the security of health, education, and occupation. So I would say that the country has started evolving in that as an economy where we see people moving from poor income class to low middle income class to middle income class. And the way India as a country has saved, I guess no other country even comes close except Japan. But Japan has had insurance education from day one. In India, unfortunately, we are not taught about insurance in schools or in even colleges for that matter. I've done complete course on
I don't
commerce
understand
high.
why.
Yeah, we've never had
Not
any
in
topic
stock markets,
unless
not
except
in
for
investing.
insurance accounting, which was part of CA. But otherwise, we never
Yeah,
had the
not even
basics.
stocks, not even real estate investing,
Correct.
nothing, like
Correct.
nothing on finances.
So
Talk.
these practical instruments of planning your wealth or staying secure was never taught in schools, and maybe that's why this subject is alien until you are 25, where you start taking this subject seriously. So I guess maybe that is one of the reason India is almost 50% of population below 27 years anyway. So your 50% audience is not even your TG now. So, if we were educating children in schools, colleges, maybe the penetration would have risen. And yes, there have been certain structural problems in the industry, like any other industry, and India is also evolving.
Evolving over
So, with time, I'm sure that for the 90 crore part, maybe we could help to drive 50% of that addressable base. 50% of that base could be addressed by the government.
Hmm. Got it. Got it. Do you think the day the Indians talk about money in the households as freely and openly as they can, would be the day when insurance penetration really starts building in India?
Uh, So yes, I would say so. Makes sense because I'm sure that even today people don't talk openly about money, and uh, you have lot of you could say companies chasing you for credit cards. You have a lot of companies chasing you for I would say
Loans, personal
opening bank
loans,
accounts,
opening bank
personal
accounts,
loans.
stock market
But
trading.
I would say very few companies are chasing you today to subscribe to an insurance. People still see insurance from the outside world as someone from LIC selling you a life policy, which you have to keep investing, and one day you will get a matured amount of it out of it. I guess that notion is still there, the way it's reflected in movies also at times. So maybe people need to be educated, as I said, that what are the fundamentals of insurance. That even in life you have the endowment policy and pure term policies. And term policies is nothing but the first step that you need in terms of your wealth management. You need to secure your life, and health is the second aspect that you need to cover for, because every individual is possibly one or two events away, at least in the low middle income group, from bankruptcy. So if you've not covered these two aspects, your family is practically not secure.
Hmm. Got it. Can you tell us about an insurance fraud story, like a really shocking, wild one in your experience?
I would not say from my experience, but at least from what I know, uh, that I would say there are miscreants in every industry that we speak of, right? So similarly in insurance, there have been cases which have been reported where a person is already dead, and then accident insurance applies from day one. So today, if you've bought an insurance, and tomorrow, if say somebody meets with an accident, that person is covered.
Oh.
So there have been stories where somebody is dead, and the family just to make money out of it. They would buy an accident insurance, and they would put that person uh, ahead of a car or a truck, and then report it as an accident next day. And there have been such stories reported in North India, and that's why insurance companies have those checks and balances. It's not that people don't want to settle claims. Which insurer would not want to settle claims? If they don't settle claims, then actually it impacts their reputation. It impacts their growth of the new companies coming on, new client customers coming on board. But just like you have frisking at airports, there would be say 1 in 100 crore instances where somebody may have some malified intent to go and hijack a plane, but still everyone has to undergo that security check, right? And people are building efficiencies towards it. डिजी यात्रा है, एयरपोर्ट फ्रिस्किंग नॉन कॉन्टैक्टलेस हो रहा है. Likewise, in insurance also, there are these efficiencies that are being built in order to make sure that those checks and balances are taken care of so that people don't suffer because of few miscreants making claims. Because if miscreants are allowed to make claims in the system, naturally it will take the premiums up for everyone in the universe. So the idea is to only settle legitimate claims, and to settle legitimate claims, there is some friction to assess whether or not the claim is genuine or not. Without that check and balance, then people may start abusing and misusing the concept of insurance. So I would want to instill confidence in the subject of insurance through this show, if possible, that all insurance companies are genuine. They want to settle your claims. It is only for some miscreants in the, you could say, universe, for which insurance companies need to adopt those checks and balances. And we all companies are coming together as insuretechs. There are tech players and insurance companies investing in them to be able to curb those frauds in a very smooth way.
Got it. Got it. So BharatSure is building a full stack tech infrastructure, right, for insurance distributions. What does infrastructure as a service mean in the context of insurance?
Yeah, very technical concept, but this is something that we have taken inspiration from what's happening globally. So traditionally, if you see that people used to talk about software as a service, कि आपने एक टेक्नोलॉजी बना ली, आपने इसे CRM बना लिया, आप सारे कंपनीज को वो एक्सेस दे रहे हो, एंड देन दे आर पेइंग अ सब्सक्रिप्शन फी. नाउ इंश्योरेंस इज नॉट जस्ट अबाउट सॉफ्टवेयर. There are more elements to it. There's servicing. People will want to call you up for claims.
Yeah, it's
People
a
will
manual
want
service.
people will want to, you could say, file those claims. People will have queries around their policies. People would want to make changes into their policy. So not everything is automated as of today, and hence you need human-led support to create that confidence at the time of emergency, and also to help them navigate this process smoothly. So servicing is one important element of our support. So hence technology, servicing, and then there's the product access. So we call it as TSP. So product access is we have tie-ups with 25 insurers through which we can support the market with insurance quotations, curated insurance programs like say insurance for gig workers. Now, have you heard of insurance that can be monthly or daily or weekly?
Well, you have to pay the premium.
Yeah, not yearly. So this is what we do. We have curated certain products which are
So these are customized
segment
products
focused.
for
Yes.
that particular segment of
Correct.
the audience.
correct. So we've co-created these programs.
Similar to what co-working space you were saying.
Yeah,
like-
I was talking like co-working spaces today don't access insurance for as small teams as 2-3 members. So we've co-created programs for those. We've co-created programs for students. We talked about how 50% of the audience today is not even addressable. So we've created programs where schools, universities can buy insurance for their students and park it as part of the academic or education fees. So the idea is that create segment specific products and then expose it to the market through our partners. We have channel partners like brokers, banks, HRMS companies, co-working spaces, platforms, the gig platforms who adopt these programs.
Do you think sometimes this, need arises for these kind of products? Like for example, the educational institution part that you said, and for the students. But do students need insurance?
Definitely. When I was
Of what? Like, is it like a
for
life?
health insurance, I meant.
Health insurance.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, say for example, when I was in my coaching institute, I met with an accident where there was a very sharp iron rod from a hoarding which fell onto my head, and I had a deep surgery. So I had my insurance through my dad, and it did cover me. The expense was to the tune of 70,000-80,000. But say if it was anybody else, and if it was not covering for it, then naturally, who would be held responsible? The coaching institute, and they would be made to task as to how did this incident happen, where's the compensation, etc., etc. So nobody wants to get into all of it. So if say educational institutes can prevent such mishaps from happening, at least by having a security in form of health insurance, that say the mistakes could happen. It is not impossible that no mishaps would happen. So they could cover themselves in terms of say any such incidents happening, and that is covered. Plus, also there are like underprivileged students who are going to schools, and say if they even contract typhoid, cholera, jaundice, where they are getting hospitalized. Imagine the impact if they don't have a health insurance, and they are made to suffer. Sure. And they lose out on their education because for their parents cannot cope up with that cost.
So the idea is to reach to the underserved people, or people who cannot access insurance indirectly through these partners, through the dedicated programs. Basically, that's
And
what
we're talking of very low affordable costs when it comes to
on a
group
monthly
insurance.
basis or something like that.
Because in you could say health insurance, if you buy it from the market, it will at least cost you say 12 grands for a 10 lakh cover. We don't need a 10 lakh cover for such incidents. We just need a 2-3 lakh cover. We are able to offer it at as low as say 1,000 rupees for 3 lakhs. Imagine the price gap here. From 10 grand I'm getting it down to 1 grand because I have focused it for a segment, and hence I'm able to come up with a sharper underwriting.
Yeah, and that is what your tie-up is with the insurance company. That we are doing this in a focused manner, only with your company. The deal is only with you to make sure we both can leverage each other's strength.
So the beauty of insurance is the more the homogeneous group, the sharper the pricing, the better the accuracy of
And more
underwriting.
volumes. You can get more
And
volumes.
volumes, of course.
Because it's very dedicated.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Got it. Uh, what is embedded insurance, and how does it change the game for both consumers and distributors?
So, embedded insurance is a beautiful concept again from the West, where insurance is embedded into the user journey of a non insurance product. So, today, when you are booking a cab on Ola or Uber, you have an option to opt in for an accident cover of 10 lakhs at mere 3 rupees. Now, God forbid if something were to happen like this, nobody would have thought कि 3 rupees में ऐसा कोई coverage भी मिल सकता था. And that is where brands can leverage this. It's a win-win that people can get covered uh, for any incident that happens during the journey or the consumption of the product. In this case, it's an Uber Ola ride. And B, the brand can also emphasize on the value that they are creating. Here it is about the safety
Of the
of
customer.
the customers. So we care for you, and for that we are giving you an embedded accident insurance, which is optional for certain. Uh, you could say plans or certain businesses. It is by default embedded. So you don't even need to opt in. So example, your credit card will cover an accident insurance, or say airline. You could say flight delay, or say any air accident worth say 1 crore also. So these are by default embedded in, and you don't even have to decide whether or not you need to opt for it. And that's how, when insurances are bundled, that's where it makes the most sense, because the user is not mindfully opting for it, or even if he is opting for it, it is only for that specific journey. And that's how brands can also create that win-win
And I think
for
mis-selling
themselves.
can reduce because
Mis-selling
of
can also reduce. You
because
get a
in
better
insurance
deal.
segment there's a lot of
Yeah.
mis-selling.
So
right?
we've tied up with a lot of fintech brands where we are offering embedded cyber insurance, digital theft of funds, identity theft, cyber bullying. All of this will get covered at a very fraction of a cost, like say 100 rupees for 6 months. You are getting covered for even as high as 50,000 coverage. So That's the beauty of embedded. That again, volumes speak for themselves.
Nice, nice. This is something new that I've learned, that, how do you embed it? How do you combine,
So
and
insurance is boring from outside and very interesting. It's
from
like an acquired taste of say wine.
no,
Where
I'm a finance guy, so I really like anything with
yeah.
all these kind of things, wealth, insurance, and
Yeah.
so on. Uh, you've launched innovative products, as you said right now, for gig workers, students, digital users, right? How do you identify a certain gap and a certain segment of audience, underserved or unserved audience, and try to achieve a product market fit with that particular product?
So the best part about our business is that we don't build anything ourselves till our customers ask for it. So we have a good set of partners who approach us, uh, and then they ask us for a product to be created. So today we are working with an MFI, which has come to us that they want a parametric cover for their audience to have a compensation in case of there is any excess rainfall where they cannot go out to work, they are on day jobs, or say there is a heat wave, and because of which if they contract any illness they don't have money to spend for it. So we are also building such beautiful products of parametric covers. Similarly,
But how do you identify कि अच्छा ये need है?
uh, so I believe that with conversations around what is it that they are doing or building as business, and who's your TG, and then understanding that okay, this even a problem for that TG. If they say yes, then it starts creating that interest. We are also, I would say, working with certain partners. Say for example, it's a large hospitality brand, and they have vacation homes. So there they would want to cover their customers for any cancellation of bookings due to medical reasons. Now imagine today you have an option to cancel your hotels, right? Without needing to report any reason
Report any
also,
reason. Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's built in like with
yeah.
free
It's just a
cancellation,
click.
without free cancellation. But vacation rental homes today don't have that option if you cancel say just 2 days in advance, because to get a replacement booking is very tough. So we are innovating a cover where it could cover them for medical reasons or cancellations owing to medical reasons. So we are building something there. Similarly, we have a partner who uh, is running luxury bags uh, as their business, and they're a very you could say sought after brand in the market today, and most of their bag damages arise from mishandling at airports. So we are just curating an airline damage cover for them, that
Oh, wow.
any of their bags
That's
which
too
get
niche, man.
which get damaged by the airport authorities just by clicking a picture of it, and within 48 hours we will pay back the entire
Process your
cost of the
claim.
bag. Similarly, there is a company which is into parking services. They want that their customers are protected from any damage that gets caused by the valet driver at the time of parking the car. So only for that limited 3-4 hours will we cover that car for any damage due to valet parking,
Wow.
and at very fraction of the cost. Imagine you're playing sports and say you meet with an injury. So we are also building something where we can cover the cost of injury. uh, it could be OPD spends, not even hospitalization. So
This is
we'll
at the
cover,
time of playing.
yeah, only at the time of playing at that
And
venue.
you need to show that proof and all that stuff.
Like it's all instant, like you just need to show that you are at the venue and you just
This
click
is really
pictures.
innovative.
Yeah, all of these are innovations, and this is what all
Because
embedded
this does
insurance is.
not come immediately to someone's mind, na? कि अच्छा, that I want to, insure a person who is playing a sport, and if he or she gets injured, and I can only insure during that part, or of the car parking example that you took.
Correct. So embedded insurance is all about sachetizing the insurance to that specific business use case, and then
Interesting.
scaling it up at volumes and having a fraction of the cost to cover the risk.
How many such products you have?
we would have a wide range of such segment driven products, at least I would say 15 plus.
Okay. So, tell me something, right? BharatSure has grown rapidly, partnering with probably 500 plus organizations, impacting 150,000 lives in just a few years. What's your playbook for scaling such a B2B insurance business?
So playbook is simple: relations. So what we thrive on as a business is relations. That
Comes down to people at the
people,
end of the day.
that if you know a person X in an organization, then that person X will trust you. He knows that he'll not missell you. Why do people not buy insurance?
Yeah.
Because they feel that there could be a possibility of
The
mis-selling.
perception is that एक salesman call करेगा वो miss-sell करेगा. He'll
Correct.
make me buy something which I don't need
Correct.
or I don't
तो
want.
that so insurance traditionally is sold. वो मतलब आज भी insurance companies में यही
हाँ.
बोलता है कि
You have to
insurance is
sell.
never bought, it is sold. We
Correct.
want to change that notion in a way where people who have their needs will come to us not directly but indirectly through our partners who they trust. And those partners will act as a custodian of trust for the end customer. And to these partners, we will offer them products which are market first and which are affordable,
And which
seamless
are
in terms of tech access,
needed for their people.
and they can offer it to their users. So it should be like कि आज आपको इंश्योरेंस लेना है, थॉट आया है, आप आपके मतलब नेटवर्क में किसी को पहचानते हो, चाहे वो कोई एजेंट हो या आपका बैंक का रिलेशनशिप मैनेजर हो या कोई आपकी HRMS कंपनी हो या आपका कोई लेंडर हो या बैंक हो, you should be able to access insurance from them. And we believe that insurance should be also an impulsive sale, that it should not be something which should just drag around for months together. Then it creates friction. To avoid that, we believe that the stakeholders that a person trusts uh, for giving them an unbiased advice, if they've offered them, then in that case, we should be there in the back end to support them. That's our vision.
Got it. And how do you, I mean, think about partnering with an organization, right? If you think that, okay, you come up with an idea, okay, someone from holiday stays, as you said, right? You want to partner up with someone like that. You want to offer such a product, or this could be the need. And how do you come up, okay, we should go to this brand, to this brand, to this brand?
I would say that these brands find a way to come to us through our partners. And once we have one anchor brand adopting this product, then it is very easy
To
for
sell to
us
someone
to
else.
pitch this to others, saying that a reputed player in your domain is availing such a product for their users. Why don't you also explore? So then that fear of missing out or level up happens, where people want to level up on their you could say revenue options. And the best part why this sector thrives now of embedded insurance is because after 2021, lot many brands have thought through of how to now become sustainable. They don't want to leave any scope of revenue monetization on the table. So even if, say, with an embedded insurance program, I am able to bump up their revenue by 10%, it is straight away bumping up their bottom line without any major spends to incur, because everything is managed by us in the back end. Yeah. So it directly could spike their bottom line.
Yeah, so it's a side income or a side commission for them to make that 8-10% without any major efforts or time consuming.
Traditional business concept of a car dealer doesn't make money through selling you a car, they make money through selling you accessories and insurance. Likewise, the brands also around us are moving in that direction, where this is one of their options to monetize.
This is one of the value add options where they make the margins or where they can create a better bottom line from what it is already there. Got it. What's the worst advice you've received about building an insuretech company?
Worst advice. Okay. I guess I would not say worst advice, but an advice that I don't believe in, which is कि you should be just focused on one segment. Because to an outsider, it would appear that we are trying to do too many things. But uh,
When you say too many things, it is
in terms of the insurance
product
focus,
categories.
product categories,
ये स्पोर्ट्स इंजरी के लिए एक हो गया,
मतलब embedded insurance हो गया,
Co-working के
health
लिए हो
insurance हो गया, commercial insurance हो गया. So people then say that, oh, maybe why don't you just focus on one product and scale it up? The problem with that approach is that uh, yes, that approach makes sense. It is not that it is something that I'm questioning, but it is rather the tougher option. And in the process, many companies could fold because with one segment alone, you are losing out on so many low hanging options available for you because you've already seeded that trust. And if you don't monetize on that trust with adjacent insurance avenues, then you are giving it off to the other players in the ecosystem. So our idea is that not just us, our partners, जो एक ट्रेडिशनली इंश्योरेंस ब्रोकर्स क्यों सस्टेनेबल है, बिकॉज वो आपको सारे प्रोग्राम्स ऑफर करते हैं. वो आपको रिटेल भी देगा, कमर्शियल भी देगा, एम्प्लॉय बेनिफिट्स भी देगा, एंड आपको कुछ वैल्यू एडेड सर्विसेज भी वो ट्राई करेगा. आपको म्यूचुअल फंड्स भी कभी कभार इनडायरेक्टली
recommend
ऑफर
करेगा,
करेंगे.
हाँ.
So our idea is that we are not getting into non-insurance category, but at least within insurance, we should tap all sources so that we can leverage the trust of our partners or clients to help them access all insurance products from one as a one-stop shop. That is where at per unit level, I am sustainable from month one. Otherwise, for me to achieve that sustainability with one product standalone would require me to create that many layers of trust with different people in the channel. So maybe yes, that approach is not you could say wrong what people are saying, but that is one way of thinking. We believe the other way, where we believe that we should offer
Have
all
all the things,
solutions.
It
in
should be
the
all
house.
under one roof so that
Yeah.
that customer does not go out without taking something or the other. Makes sense. It's like a large format retail store. You need to have all the brands under your roof. Yeah. Okay, got it. What's a metric your board obsesses over, but you think is mostly, it's not that important, but
I would say our investors are very supportive, and I don't think that there's any specific metric that I don't align with. All the metrics that they suggest, I align with. So I feel that yes, they are just helping
which
us
one?
focus on
Which are the metrics that?
the metrics we tap is number of lives covered.
Okay.
So or number of units covered. So that is where they are focusing on, and
That becomes at
rightfully
the
so.
end customer level.
Yeah. So how many lives are we impacting?
Correct.
So I believe that that is a rightful metric, and yep, I guess the mantra of the market is to run business sustainably. So that is the second metric.
Profitability.
Okay, how are you inching towards profitability? So yeah, I guess
Okay.
these are very two
No,
relevant.
fair
metrics.
enough. I think.
Hi everyone, a quick shout out to our amazing sponsors and partners who make this show level up possible. First off, No Filter Juice, which is your daily dose of pure, unfiltered goodness with 100% real fruit juice, zero added sugar, no preservatives, and no artificial concentrates. Every sip is packed with authentic flavor and nutrients. Plus, it's served in eco-friendly glass bottles. Good for you and good for the planet, starting at just Rs 159. No Filter is the healthiest way to fuel your day. Click on this link below to purchase your bottle now. Our second sponsor is Titus Footwear. It is a brand built on legacy, quality, and innovation. From sturdy work boots to stylish sandals and cozy slippers, Titus has something for everyone in the family. Especially if you are a child going to school, this is a brand known for its footwear for school children. Affordable, durable, and always in style. Titus lets you walk with confidence starting at just rupees 299. Click on the link below to purchase your shoes now. I would like to thank our growth partner Growth OS and our venue partner Let's Work.
Those are two good metrics for your business. Why do most startups fail to create real wealth for their shareholders?
So I would say let us change the perspective that do all startups need to create wealth for their shareholders? The answer is no. No matter how much you like it or not, but uh, it is a high risk affair where, say, as an investor, you may want to believe in a concept, but at the same time, both while founder will always be emotional, but as an investor, you have to be practical. So even if you've invested in 10 startups, maybe two or three will outshine and seven may not even pay off. Now the question is that should 10 on 10 pay off? I would say, given the market forces and the competition involved, not necessarily every startup would succeed. Uh, so, as far as if you have confidence that the founders that you've invested in have, you could say, a strong mindset of sustaining through the thick and thin, I guess then if you like the industry, then you should invest. But if you're fundamentally not aligned with the industry forces itself, then might as well it's better to stay out.
Stay out, yeah.
So
That makes sense.
I guess yeah, that is how I would look at it. And startups are creating wealth. If you see so many companies getting to IPO stage, whether it's the likes of Nykaa, Paytm, Policy Bazaar, Zomato, I guess these are the next generation of companies who've built from scratch. And as a country, like there have been a lot of, you could say, uh, uh, I would say there's been a lot of talks around whether these valuations are justified, not justified. But at end of the day, even these large companies are proving themselves. Like Zomato has turned profitable, Policy Bazaar has turned profitable, Paytm is also already restructured a lot of things and reporting good growth. So fundamentally, they've reshaped the lives around us, and in the bargain, some startups may fail, but the ones who succeed have created enormous wealth for their investors, shareholders, for the employees. Uh, so we should not disregard any of the startups. Of course, as any industry, there will be some miscreants and they may defraud investors. That is a matter of corporate governance, and that is where investors need to exercise that caution. So, yeah, I guess that's how I look at it.
True, true. What's your advice to young founders looking to build in a regulated but an unsexy industry like insurance?
Advice for founders. I would say that if you are, uh, you could say, uh, interested in running a venture, then everything else becomes secondary. There is no industry that you can say that I will not be able to crack it. It is all a function of timing, that at what time, what opportunities knock your door, but you have to then also be committed to it, is what I believe. That you cannot say that suddenly one fine day that maza nahi aa raha hai, let's move to another opportunity. Uh, I believe that yes, people also talk about fail fast, but fail fast within your business and move to next things in terms of pivoting, transformation, etc. But आइडिएशन स्टेज पे आप कितने भी आइडियाज के साथ फ्लर्ट कर सकते हो, बट वंस यू हैव committed
yeah, once you're
yourself
into it.
हाँ कि this is the space that I want to pick and this is where I will give it my best, then I guess you should be committed to 5 years, at least for 5 years, if not less, and naturally opportunities will get unlocked. आपका जो idea day one पे है, it's not the final shape and form anyway, it's just the starting point. So it will evolve over a period. So if you're committed to running a venture, then you can flirt with ideas, even whether sexy, unsexy. In fact, what Nikhil Kamath also says कि boring industry में ही सबसे ज़्यादा पैसा बनता है.
I agree.
तो
Yeah.
So might as well see it from that perspective.
Hmm.
And yeah, I guess you will uncover new avenues as you go deep into an industry.
Hmm. Okay, got it. We'll move to the last section, which is the rapid fire round, right?
Okay.
Uh,
I
first
might be
one.
bad with it, but
First one. One word that describes the Indian insurance industry today.
uh, one word, uh, I would say evolving.
Hmm. Nice. The last book or podcast that blew your mind.
I love Nikhil Kamat's podcast, though long enough I don't have the
That much
patience.
time.
But I keep seeing small snippets of it, like the way people are comforted. He's even got Narendra Modi to speak. So yeah,
Yeah, I think that was the peak pinnacle. Uh, the most underrated skill for founders.
underrated skill. I would say resilience. Nobody talks of it, but uh, matlab, this is what people who have been with you from day one will realize. But people who you just happen to encounter for brief introductions or brief interactions, sorry, they will never be able to gauge. So resilience is what is most underrated quality in founders, which people don't talk of.
Hmm. Yeah, agree. And what's your favorite productivity hack?
I would say the new age AI tools. I use it day in day
Which
out.
ones?
So even simple, like even if I have to convey a short note to anyone, even if I'm traveling, I'll just use
Voice note.
Chat GPT ka voice feature. I will narrate the context. It will help me in a very logical way lay out my thoughts, and then I can communicate. The most, I guess this is something that one of the folks I had seen had posted on LinkedIn, that some people are obsessed with perfection. And even when I send out a draft to someone, I read it 3 times. That isn't making logical sense. And the best part of these AI tools is that it helps you put across your thoughts very comprehensively and logically. So I have become at least 2 times more productive, if not less. And we are also investing heavily in our company on AI capabilities, where uh, uh, there are new tools like MCP layer on each AI engine, LLM model, where it can connect your mailbox, your WhatsApp business, or Slack uh, to your internal software,
Communication.
internal tools. And with that one system, you can convey across the board with all of these engines. So this
Okay.
is a super hack, which we are also going to
What is
be.
it called?
It's Model Context Protocol, MCP. So whether it's Claude or whether it's ChatGPT, all of them have these layers, and you can plug it in, and then you can connect your different communication engines here, and it
Nice.
will
Okay.
auto update everywhere.
Okay.
So
So one message reaches to everyone.
ha
Whatever anyone is doing, you can come to.
using that tool, I can just say that prioritize my meetings for the day and send them a note saying that I'll be uh, expecting this from this meeting, this from this meeting, and send my team an internal communication that for this meeting this has to be prepared, for this meeting this has to be prepared, and intelligently it will communicate to all sources. So I guess
Through your
this with time.
email, through your WhatsApp, it will
Yes.
find the number, it will find the email ID, and it will
मतलब the world around us is going to be so much
faster.
disrupted.
Hmm.
You will not even be able to distinguish कि ये इंसान बोल रहा है या कोई bot बोल रहा है.
हाँ.
But I guess that's the beauty of the new age world, and that's where we will see efficiencies in all the businesses that startups at least are building. All of them will have tremendous scaling potential, the ones who adopt this.
Correct. Nice. Wonderful. I think superb conversation, Anuj. I think had a lot of insights into this insurance world, which I didn't have earlier. So thanks a lot for that. I am hoping, though we've been calling this a very boring industry, but I am hoping for this conversation to ignite more conversations around this topic
Hmm.
and to keep it a free flowing conversation in their house, between colleagues, etc. And the embedded insurance concept is something which I was never aware about, right? And that was something completely new learning for me. So thank you for that. Wonderful to have you on the show, Anuj. As we wrap up,
I
thank you.
hope I have
Thanks a lot.
leveled you up on insurance.
No, 100% you have.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice to be on the show. Thank you.
Yes.